All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and Dr. Steve just dropped some more news. And like I always say, I love these type of titles. I love when you read a title that say Trump just got a huge win. See, like I said, right now, Trump he's doing his thing. He's taking over. The people, a lot of people that was on the left that didn't like Trump is starting to embrace him now. They starting to see the truth, and that Biden is a known liar. He ain't fit for the job. Kamala Harris ain't either. So it's crazy how they still trying to treat Trump, but yeah, we ain't gonna let them get away with it because we know the good job that Trump can do because he did it before. It wasn't no wars going on. It wasn't all this immigration, the illegal immigrants just coming in through the border. It wasn't none of that. But Biden has ruined everything. And that's why I said before that we need to get Trump back in there, which I think he will be in 2024 because he is still running away in the polls, especially from the last video that we did about the polls. Look, at this point, it seems like Trump going to take every state. That's what it's seeming like because it's just constantly growing. Every time they try to put something on this man, every time they try to find a way to indict him, anytime they try to get him in these courtrooms to try to stop him from campaigning, all they doing is raising his poll numbers. That's all they doing. So, but like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. And I also want to thank everybody that clicked on this video for the very first time. I appreciate you as well. And shout out to the ones that be watching the entire video and always let me know in the comment section by saying, Adogg, I made it to the end. Thank you all for doing it. I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, hit that like button so more people can see my reaction. All right. So without further ado, let's dive straight in because Trump just got another huge win.
One of the top pollsters in the nation is already giving Trump a huge win. In fact, he says as things stand, you can stick a fork in these primaries. They are effectively over. We're going to see the latest amazing news coming Trump's way. And we're going to also see the impact these court cases and gag orders are having on the election. Let's just say it's not what the Democrats were hoping for. You're not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. It is I, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. The McLaughlin Polling Group, one of the most respected polling firms out there, is already giving number 45 a huge win. According to the latest polling, Trump he's opened up his largest lead yet over the dwindling pack of wannabes in the GOP. Nearly 60% of Republican primary voters are voting Trump. Yep. That represents a 47% lead over his nearest rivals, Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley, who are both tied at 8%, single-digit midgets. That's Trump's competition at this point. They're both consistently polling at 8. He is at 55. We have never seen primary dominance like this. And by the way, just so you know, if everyone else drops out and consolidates behind either DeSantis or Haley against Trump, Trump's lead only grows. He actually leads his single opponent by over 50 points. So McLaughlin's arguing this primary is over before it even started. Trump is going to win every single primary state in a total blowout. This thing is done. Put a fork in it. And McLaughlin isn't the only one reading the writing on the wall here. We talked yesterday about the Florida Republican Assembly calling for their own governor, Ron DeSantis, to bow out and officially endorse President Trump. That's right.
Wow.
Again, the Republican Assembly of Florida. Ron DeSantis' own state is calling on him to call it quits and endorse Trump. And the National Republican Senatorial Committee Chairman Steve Daines is also calling on everyone else to drop out of the primary race and endorse Trump. He, along with a number of others in the Republican rank and file, they are all openly admitting there is no stopping the Trump train. He's crushing his opponents by 50 points. Republican voters clearly and overwhelmingly want him as their 2024 nominee, and these other single-digit midgets need to consolidate behind Trump and together push back against this weaponized legalism that is relentless in its blatantly partisan persecution. You may have seen the latest gag order imposed on Trump by this far-left nut of a Judge Chutkan, and you've got another woke activist judge in Colorado that's actively attempting to get Trump taken off the ballot there because of this utterly ridiculous 14th Amendment nonsense that's desperately being made by ultra-woke jurists. There's no way it's going to stand.
No, it's not.
There's no way it's going to pass judicial review, this 14th Amendment nonsense. It's all an attempt at weaponizing the law to try to stop what's appearing to be more and more inevitable. But that does raise the question. While it is inevitable that Trump will win the GOP nomination, how much of an impact will all this continual and blatant election interference in the forms of numerous indictments, court cases, gag orders have on the general election? Well, that's exactly what we're going to answer. But first, gang, every one of you needs to click on that link below and stick it to the establishment by using their own corruption against them. And you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Companies like BlackRock, they've been bribing corrupt politicians like Nancy Impeachment Pelosi with insider trading secrets for decades now. They know a whole host of trading secrets that gives them an unfair advantage when picking stocks. But did you know that thanks to a little-known SEC database, well, guess what? We can have access to those very secrets as well. We get to see what stocks these corporate CEOs are buying up in real time and then piggyback on their trades to gain the same advantage for ourselves that Pelosi and the crooks in D.C. have. My friend Ross Givens has been tracking insider trading for years now, and his recommendations have led to investment returns of over 200%. I think we have to keep these court cases and gag orders in perspective.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this last night on our Insiders Club live Q&A. Remember, make sure to join our Insiders Club. We talk every Monday night live together. It's really awesome. But as frustrating as these court cases are, as pathetic and vile as these corrupt DAs and Jack Smith are in their weaponized lawfare, we've got to remember, all of this weaponized legalism is only making Trump stronger.
That's it.
Even the legacy media is admitting that.
Yep.
Trump is in a better position today to win 2024 than he ever was in 2016, 2020. And ironically, we owe that in part to this weaponized legalism, especially the mugshot, because it appears to have endeared him to a record number of non-white voters. The Washington Post recently came out and admitted that Trump is seeing levels of minority support no Republican has reached in a half a century. And they found that across 5 high-quality polls in the past month, Trump is averaging an astonishing 20% support among black voters and unprecedented 42% support among Latino voters.
And y'all know that I've been saying this right here for the longest. I've mentioned this almost every video about this election interference crap, this gag order crap, like all of this stuff. Just like how Dr. Steve just called out Jack Smith, I done called out Jack Smith. I done called out Letitia James. I done called out Fannie Willis. All of these people are corrupt. They see the polls. They see that Trump is winning by a landslide. So the only other option they got is to try to take Trump out of the race. But I got news for you. It's not happening. I don't think Fannie Willis, Letitia James, and Jack Smith heard what I said. You're not taking Trump out of the race. I don't care what you do. It's not happening. Like, and that's what they're trying to do. That's just like Dr. Steve said with these indictments. This court trial, this corrupt judge that was smirking. Letitia James staring at the back of Trump's head as if he gonna run out of the courtroom or something. These folks have a certain hate for Trump. It is ridiculous. And Letitia James was caught on video talking about how she wanted to take Trump down. She gonna do it, which she didn't have a reason to. She just don't like him, so she just planned to do it, telling fans, "I'm going to sue Trump. We going to get him put in jail." And you ain't think nobody was gonna record that? It's on video. So, like I said, all this crap right here, only thing they're doing, like I said, with the indictments, this New York civil trial crap, trying to take the man assets and stuff, that's not going to stick. Just like Trump said, that gag order, that's not going to stick. Only thing they doing is making Donald Trump stronger every time they try to take action on something, whether it's putting him in court, trying to put him in jail, trying to make him take a mugshot. Every time y'all do something to him, you're raising his numbers in the polls. Every single time. So they only other option now is, what can we do to get this man out of the race? Trump is winning. He's going to end up taking every state. What can we do? We got to find a way to get him out of this race. And now Ron DeSantis' own state want him to drop out? Mike Pence already gone. He didn't have a chance. He didn't have a chance when he started putting fake gas in his car, acting like he was really putting gas in the car, in his truck. He didn't have no chance. Tucker Carlson ruined him. Even if Tucker Carlson didn't say nothing about him or to him or ask him that question, to be honest with you, I heard somebody say this in the comment section. Tucker Carlson didn't end his career. Mike Pence ended his career by answering that question. You want to put another country first and talking about you ain't worried about the United States of America. For that, sir, Mike Pence, you're done.
So just to make sure you understand what's going on, they cross-referenced a number of different polls from different outlets, different agencies, using different methodologies, different weighting systems and the like. And yet, all 5 of those polls corroborated. They all corroborated the fact that Trump has amassed support among voters, minority voters, that no Republican has seen in half a century. And again, it's largely due to the backlash against this weaponized legalism.
That's right.
Mugshot.
How many times have y'all heard me say that about that mugshot, how that mugshot backfired? And now everybody got them put on shirts. I mean, come on. I told you, it's like everything they try to do to this man, it backfires. Every time. Leave the man alone. Let him do his job. Let the man campaign. Just like I said before, I feel like Trump ain't got a campaign. And he can still win. But he want to campaign. He want to let the people hear his voice, which I have no problem with that. But that's what the election interference crap come in at, where they constantly trying to stop him from doing what he's supposed to be doing. But yet, all y'all doing is just helping him out. And this mug shot right here is one of the main things that showed enough landscaped him in that in them polls. As soon as it was released, it was all over the internet.
Glorious, magnificent mugshot is the GOAT.
Yep.
It is the greatest of all time because it made Trump officially a gangster. He's now one of us. Voters who have consistently voted Democrat are now voting Trump almost solely based on the fact that that image made him one of them.
Yep.
So if you ask people, for example, how many New York billionaires do you know? Or how many former presidents do you know? Of course, the answer is 0. But if you ask them, how many people do you know who've gotten arrested, who've had mugshots taken? Well, that's different. They may know several at some point in their lives, right, who got arrested. In other words, and I owe this observation to Robert Barnes, I think it's brilliant, that mugshot transferred Trump from one cultural space, the New York billionaire former president, to another cultural space, someone legally persecuted by an unfair and unjust system. And that transference has endeared Trump to voters that would have never given him the time of day prior to it. And so we have to keep in mind that what these Democrats are trying to do is actually working in Trump's favor.
Yep.
The more they persecute, the more popular he gets. The more they persecute, the more popular he gets.
Exactly.
So Trump's got this. He's effectively already won the nomination before the primaries have even begun, before the very first vote cast, with more and more of these single-digit midgets dropping out like Mike Pence. And it's increasingly likely that he's going to blow Biden out of the water in an electoral landslide. All the while Democrats, like Wile E. Coyote, blow themselves up in their pathetic and ridiculous schemes. Hey, gang, I know.
There we go, right there, man. Dr. Steve has laid it down, man. Like I said before, I mean, some of the stuff that I've been saying for the longest, Dr. Steve, he's saying, and he, like he said before, every time they try something on Trump, all it does is just make him more and more popular every single time. So keep on with your little games. Keep trying to mess with them. Put them in court. Put them in jail. Everything you try, it backfires. And now Ron DeSantis' own state want him to drop out. Well, there you go. Like I said, man, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about all of this. Y'all know we're going to continue to cover this. Shout out to Dr. Steve. I will leave the original video in the description. That way y'all can go check it out on Dr. Steve channel. We all know that he works hard over there. He does a great job. Another thing is, thank you all to a lot of you that made it to the end of the video. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.